Good morning. We are live. I only have a little while this morning, but I'll probably hop on another live later today. But for now, we only have a little less than 15 minutes. Oh, my phone screen stays on. Okay, here we go. So we're going to start our morning with some collective readings. So let's just see what the collective energy is for our Monday. Kind of taking a deep breath, letting that energy hit. What is the energy of our week? Ooh, okay, a lot of movement and a lot of action going on this week. Knight of Swords, that makes sense. We are getting really close to Christmas. Oh my gosh. We only have, what is it, the 15th already? We only have 10 days. So that might be what that's pertaining to. There's a lot going on this week. It feels like a lot of movement, a lot of running around. Maybe even feeling a little frazzled. I'm still learning how to do the TikTok live thing, and I got an invite, but I don't know the person. So, okay, anyway, welcome to all the new joiners. Everybody just joining in for these readings. I'm just doing a collective energy reading for today. We'll see if we can get through a couple of questions. I don't have very much time this morning, but I will hop back on later. So if you're not following me, go ahead and follow so you get the live notification. I'm just doing a little collective this morning, maybe answering a couple of questions if I can. So there's a lot of movement this morning, a lot of movement going on this week as a whole, I guess. Knight of Swords, lots of action, making things happen. What are you making happen? Oh, you're trying to make things special. Sorry, I'm getting notifications here. Okay. Lots of warmth. Okay, there's a lot of action. Feels like a lot of hustle and bustle, but it feels like it's for the right reasons. Like, you are the person trying to make everything feel special right now. You want to make everybody feel good. You're trying to make this a very special season for the people around you. So that's what all that hustle and bustle is about. You're making the magic happen. That's what it feels like. Making the magic happen this week. Oh, yeah. Knight of Cups, Page of Cups. Wow, beautiful. Page of Cups is kind of like that feeling of anything could happen. You got to be open to anything, any possibility this week. Knight of Cups, it's going to be very sweet. This feels like a Hallmark movie of sweetness that's going on, a lot of action, but also a lot of gentleness. Like, it's a labor of love. There's a lot of labor going on, but it's for the right reasons. But we're not checking in to see how you're feeling about all of this hustle and bustle. There's all these reasons that this is happening, and you're making the magic happen, and you're making everybody happy, but how are you doing? How are you feeling right now? Ooh, you feel on top of it. You feel proud of yourself. That's good. You should feel proud of yourself. Maybe that you took on more responsibility this year. Maybe you're looking at how the year's gone. We're actually towards the end of the year. So maybe you're reflecting a little bit. We've got the sun on the bottom. So much vibrancy. Beautiful. Yeah, no, you feel like a boss. You feel on top of it. You're making things happen. a little overwhelmed. Okay, so if there's any downside to any of this that's happening, because you feel responsible, you feel like a boss, but you're emotionally overwhelmed and it feels like everything else is kind of coming to a halt because you're putting all your focus into making the magic happen right now. So all of your actual goals feel like they've come to a halt. It feels like you're falling behind. You're getting a little emotionally overwhelmed. So what's the advice? How do we get through some of that emotional overwhelm? And if you're just joining in, this is a collective reading. I only have a little while today. Let's see. We can do about maybe 35 more minutes. So hang tight. I'm going to answer a couple questions, but we're going to finish off this collective first. Let's figure out how to deal with the stress, the emotional overwhelm that comes with being the person that makes the magic happen, okay? How do we cope? Oh, okay. So the emotional overwhelm, the feeling like your goals are all coming to a halt because you're driving your focus somewhere else. Think about it as a new journey, a new phase, instead of thinking about it as something that's holding you back. Think about it as something new that you're stepping into. Like you being the responsible person, you being in a responsible role right now is going to speed up your goals later. So you're learning something from this situation, even if it feels small. It's more significant than you think, this little phase that you're in. So think of it as a new phase rather than something that's holding you back from what you're trying to do. Okay? Nothing else is going to happen. This is the time to focus on family. This is a time to focus on just the warmth and bringing everybody together and making the magic happen. Like that's the important part right now, okay? All right, I'm going to scroll up here and see if I can't answer a question or two. If I don't get to your question today, just know that I'm picking them based on intuition and not necessarily the order in which they came in. I get a lot of questions that come in, so I try to follow my intuition, let it drive me to the person that needs the answer the most in the moment, or spirit that's just being the loudest for this person. So let me scroll up. I've been doing a collective for a minute, so I'm just going to scroll up to the top here. I'm just reading comments. Anybody that's just joining in, we're doing collectives and we're answering a couple of questions. I'm here to spread love because I'm awesome. Heck yeah, dude, spread that love. Thank you so much. You are awesome. That's amazing. Now I must go because I'm a gorgeous, hyper-caffeinated unicorn of excellence. You might be one of my favorite people in the whole world. You might already be gone, but thank you. You're amazing. Thank you so much. Okay, hustle too hard. Are you here still? Hustle, are you here? If you're here, let's talk about your CDL. Good morning, Onyx. Pure Wellness, are you still here? Let's look at your question. I just need some confirmation. Hi, thank you. I just want to make sure that when I'm answering questions, whoever I'm answering them for, I just want to make sure that they're still here. You want to know what you need to know about Jean. Okay, let's check that out. Okay. What do you need to know about Jean? Okay, we've got the Knight of Pentacles, so I see a hard worker. Someone that is dedicated to their work. That's a a good description that comes with that card when you're talking about how it describes someone. Hard worker. What else might we need to know? Oh, wow. I got chills with this one. This is very positive. This person that you're talking about is like sunshine. Like they're the kind of person that light up the room, okay? And let's figure out, why are you asking about this person to begin with? Okay, Four of Cups. There might be, like, you're waiting for the other shoe to drop, is what it feels like. Like, you are wondering if this person is too good to be true even. Like, this person, it looks like sunshine, but like you're not accepting it yet. You're not in full belief that this person is this ray of sunshine that they appear to be. So why are you scared? What scares you about this? Oh, you don't want to put in a lot of work for nothing. You don't want to, like, Eight of Pentacles in reverse. You don't want to feel like it's going to be a one-sided exchange. You don't want to put a whole lot of effort into whatever type of relationship this is, whether it's like a romantic pursuit, a friendly pursuit, in whatever relationship this is for you. You're afraid of it being one-sided. You're afraid that you're going to be doing all the work in the relationship. So that's where this fear is coming in, because this person looks bright, shiny, hardworking, the sun, and you're still reserved. So you're still reserved here emotionally. These are fears. Nine of Swords in reverse. These are just fears from your inner dialogue. Maybe it came from the past. Maybe you've dealt with a situation like this before, and you're kind of just trying to stick to your guns because you don't want to get the same kind of situation you've already gone through. Oh my goodness. There's a lot there. Okay. You're worried that he's showing you a fantasy. He's just like, oh, this is what everything could be like, but you're keeping yourself from even pursuing it. You're keeping yourself from thinking that it's even a possibility. You're focusing on the negative here instead of focusing on how to move forward in a new way. You think, well, maybe he's just offering me something that isn't true. But this is a new phase of your life. So what needs to be done here isn't like an all or nothing. This isn't like a black and white case. And I guess any of these situations aren't. But feel it out. So don't focus on the negative. Don't expect the negative to happen. You can hold boundaries. Boundaries are good. You can take your time. Make sure that this person convinces you that they are who they are. And you convince them that you are who you say you are. Okay? And that takes time. That's a slow burning process. And it's great. And if this person is truly who we saw at the beginning here, this hardworking, ray of sunshine type person, then they're not going to push your boundaries. Okay, they're not going to make you jump into something too quickly. So whatever it is, take your time, but this is a new phase, so you don't need to bring the past into it. So I hope that helps. Welcome everybody that's just joining in. If we haven't met already, my name is Hannah. I've been doing this for about 6 years now, going on 6 years. And I can only be live for a little while longer. Let's say 20 more minutes. So I'm going to answer maybe 1 or 2 more questions, and then we'll finish off with a collective. And I'll try to hop back on live today. So if you're not following me, go ahead and follow so you get the notification when I go on live. And if I didn't answer your question, we can try again later, okay? So I'm going to scroll through and I'm going to see what question sticks out. Shelby, are you still here? I feel like I just saw your message, so you should be. Moving on from Hector. Shelby. Okay, great. So let's go ahead and draw a couple of representatives here. So let's draw a signifying card for Hector. Okay. Oh, or more. Okay, so we have a little stack over here that tells us what's going on with Hector. And we're going to have a little stack over here that tells us what's going on with you, Shelby. Wow. Okay. Wow. He is so threatened by you. That's what I'm getting here. Oh. This guy thinks that there's a way that things should be, okay? He thinks that it's his way, the exact way, and it seems to be like a traditional thing. He kind of wants to be in charge. He kind of wants to put a filter on you. He wants to be in charge of what kind of person you present to be. But you're not the type of person that's going to let another person change who you are for the sake of a relationship. 9 of Swords in reverse and 8 of Cups in reverse on his side. He is terrified of what life looks like without you at the same time. He is really scared of what it looks like if you're not there to take care of him, because that's the role that he wants you to fill. But he's not trustworthy at the same time. Okay, so like he's over here and he is consumed. Okay, he is consumed by all that is this whole situation. And he's stuck in that. He's stuck in this is how it should be, this is how I want it to be, and it's not fair that it's not this way, it has to be this way. He's so caught up in this situation. He's super caught up in it. But also threatened by the fact that you are not totally and wholly consumed by him. And that makes him nuts. That makes it to where he doesn't feel like he can trust you. There is no trust on either side of this situation. Absolutely no effort, little to no effort to let you in. Because that's not what he wants out of you. He has a role to fill here. He wants this space filled by a body that can perform the tasks that he needs. Like, I'm getting man-child type energy off of this. Like, he wants you to be somebody for him. He doesn't care about connection. That's why he's not letting you in. There's a lot of fears here and there's no trust. And he might not understand how to let a person in. He might not understand how. But he's not looking for somebody to make a connection with. He is looking for somebody to take care of his needs. And he's not understanding that he has to provide for another person's needs in order to have his own fulfilled. Relationships are supposed to be fulfilling on both sides, okay? And then you're over here, and he's totally consumed by this because he's like, oh man, I don't know what to do without this person taking care of me. And you are breaking cycles. The wheel, do I move on that? Wow. The wheel is like one cycle ending, another beginning, in a similar way to the world, but this is more tied with destiny and patterns. So this is like the breaking of a pattern. So moving on is something like only you can decide if you want to truly move on, but something does have to change in order for you to be fulfilled by this. Okay? So there has to be willingness, I think, on both sides in order for this to change. And if he's not willing to look for a connection and you're looking for a connection, then you might be looking for different things. Okay, so I hope that that helps. Let's draw one more card just to see what the general advice is moving on. Moving forward. Oh gosh. What's the advice moving forward for Shelby? Oh, wow. Okay. 8 of Wands and Ace of Wands both in reverse, but we have the Page of Cups with the 6 of Pentacles moving forward. So you're going to feel like you want things to change, and it's going to take time to do that. 8 of Wands in the upright position would mean a fast-moving change. This can actually mean that you're resisting a change, or that a change is happening too slowly, almost in the same way with like the Hanged Man, when the Hanged Man presents. And then Ace of Wands is like feeling lost. So the situation at hand is going to feel like things aren't changing quickly enough, or someone's resistant to the change. Ace of Wands feels like you're going nowhere. There's a lack of inspiration. So there's going to be a little rut in this situation, no matter what you choose. But it's happening for a reason, because it's going to open you up to the Page of Cups. Endless possibilities. Things are closing themselves off now. There's this end of a cycle that's happening. And endings are painful, even if it's just the ending of a cycle, whether this relationship is something that you move on from or something that you work with. You've got to be open to the possibilities, like endless possibilities. It could go a number of ways, and this isn't the relationship, this is your life. So your life could go multiple different ways. 6 of Pentacles moving forward is being able to choose, having the ability to choose moving forward. Yeah. Open-mindedness and choices. So you have your pick on whatever life looks like for you, essentially. That's the final advice. The whole idea at the end of this is that you can be and do whatever you choose. Your life can look like what you want it to look like. So at the end of the day, what you have to ask yourself is, how do I want my life to look? And how do I get there? So that's where the final decision making comes in, I think, on whether or not you move on, and whether or not you try something different first before you try to move on. So that comes down to you and what you end up wanting to do with that situation. But keep in mind what you want your life to look like. That's the bigger question here. It's not about just this one relationship. It's, how do you want your life to look like, and what decisions do you need to make that happen, essentially. Oh my goodness. Okay, I think I'm gonna have time to answer one more question in depth like this. And then, oh, we keep getting the 10 of Cups today. There's like so much warm family energy going on. Okay. Let's see. I'm just picking the questions that stick out. So for anybody that might not understand tarot, because there seems to be a couple of comments in here that aren't understanding the basics of what tarot is. So This is not fortune telling. For me, anyway, I can't claim for what other readers feel they are or what they do. But personally, this is intuitive guidance. The cards tell a story. Each card, and there's 78 of them in a standard deck, each card has a different meaning. And those meanings can be different in the upright and in the reverse positions. When someone asks a question, I ask spirit for guidance in that moment. Usually it's your spirit teams that come in. It's me opening a channel to your energy. When you comment, you're leaving a signature, an energy signature, with the question and intention that was asked. That energy comes through to me. I use the cards to tell the story that energy is trying to tell me. So the energy is kind of given words with the cards. And the cards tell the story when they come together. You know, one card doesn't always give us the whole picture, but multiple cards give us a picture. So if you're going to ask for relationship advice, you're going to get the advice that comes through the cards, that comes through spirit. I will never tell you what to do exactly. I will not say you need to leave this man. I will not tell you, is this person cheating or is this person not? Instead, I try to answer questions in a way that gives you guidance, okay? Gives you guidance through the situation that you're in. Tarot is meant to guide you through life's most difficult moments, okay? It's intuition. It's not supposed to be am I having a girl or am I having a boy baby? Does this person have romantic feelings? It's more like, how do I guide you through that situation? Okay, we can look at how are you feeling and how is this other person feeling about the situation? And if you're feeling romantic feelings towards this person, then let's figure out how to navigate you telling this person and expressing it. This is meant to guide you through tough moments. It's not meant to be a yes or no for sure type situation. Energy changes. Okay? Decisions change. What you decide today changes what the future looks like tomorrow. And if you change your mind again, that changes again. All I can give you is the energy that's given to me. So whatever energy you're expressing to me, I help you by interpreting what it means. The cards are like an energy interpretation, okay? So these are guidance. It's an intuitive tool to help you through things. So, no, I am not a relationship counselor, but I will help you through whatever situations you need. And I don't claim to be anybody that's an expert on therapy or relationships. I'm just here to provide guidance in whatever way that I can. And if it helps, I've had a lot of unhealthy relationships in my life. Like, I've had a lot of unhealthy ones. I didn't value myself in the situations. I didn't stand up for myself. I didn't set boundaries. I kept attracting men that were mean and narcissistic, emotionally abusive. I had a pattern. I had a pattern for a really long time until I broke it. And I started with a very solid friendship with somebody that was very kind and unlike anybody that I had talked to in the past. And I am now with this person. We are living in a home that we bought together on a piece of land. We have a beautiful family. So I have experience in relationships, and I can tell you what a good one looked like for me and what a bad one looked like for me. But that's not the same as everybody else either. So all I'm giving is guidance through the cards and through the readings and through energy, just to give a little clarification there. Okay, let me answer one more question, then we'll do like a 3-card collective close. Jade, I've seen you pop up a lot. So let's figure out, I didn't see the full question, but we're just going to draw a few cards to see what guidance the universe has on your situation with Jackson. Okay, Jade, this is the last question I'm able to take. So, what is going on with, there's a lot of chaotic energy there, isn't there? I can't get it to focus. Choices. Okay, I'm gonna see how this is playing out. 7 of Cups, 9 of Cups in reverse. The Star in reverse. Someone's feeling a little lost here. Okay, your situation on Jackson. What is going on here between Jade and Jackson? What's the picture? It's the full picture here. There's a lot of reverse cards here, and that doesn't always necessarily mean that things are bad. It's just intense. It's just very intense. Oh my goodness. Okay, so you're trying to make a choice about this situation. 7 of Cups is very obviously telling us that there is a choice that needs to be made about this situation, okay? And it feels like you're trying to choose between yourself and this relationship that's taking everything out of you. There's a lot of emotional draining that's like in this, and it feels like I almost have the feeling like I want to cry because there's just a lot of intense emotion. There's a lot of love here. But a lot of pain at the same time. So it's like you feel like you're having to choose between them or you. Nine of Cups in reverse is like a loss of self. Like you're not living for yourself. You're not living for your goals. It's whatever you're doing right now isn't super self-fulfilling. So much disconnection from self and what you want. So I feel like all of your energy has gone into this. And it's like you don't have anything left to build for yourself, anything left to give for yourself. And God, it's so sad. I'm so sorry. So it feels like you're trying to grow and develop as a person. And this person is not letting you. There's like someone so strong on your spirit team that is just like drilling it into me that you are so sad. The emotion is just being conveyed like a freight train. It's one-sided. You're working really hard and you're trying to work hard on yourself too, not just this relationship. You're trying to heal. You're really trying to heal here, and it's not quite getting there. You're not able to heal in the environment that's hurting you, right? So you're trying to emotionally build yourself up. You're trying to be a stronger, more empathetic person, and then it feels like this person is like trying to bait you back into your patterns, like your old patterns. Intuitively, why isn't he letting you heal? Intuitively, I want to say because it's threatening. It feels like something that is threatening to him because it puts the pressure on him to also heal. And if he heals, and in order to do that, I think he understands that he has to work through things that were painful, because you can't heal unless you work to heal. You know, healing isn't something that's easy. It's something that takes conscious effort every single time. He doesn't want to do that. He knows what it's going to take, I think. So it's like, why won't he? Why won't he let this go? It's a choice. He's disconnected. Yeah, he has no sense of his own intuition. He acts a lot on fear, I think. There's disconnection. He's not happy with who he is on the inside. That's what it feels like. He's not happy with So watching you become disconnected on Twitch and YouTube, that's okay. What's the advice? Okay, things are gonna have to change. You're gonna have to grieve. There's a grieving process that is happening here. The Five of Pentacles, the Two of Swords. There's something about this that is more than just love. Okay, this is about more than love. This is about necessity. This is about physical necessity. Almost like he's making you believe that you couldn't do it, that you couldn't do it without him. Ooh, karma. Oh, okay. So yeah, King of Swords, he's trying to kind of be the overseer of your life and your situation. There's going to be some kind of karmic situation here, and I don't know exactly what that means. But the advice is to do the thing anyway. Whatever the thing is that he thinks that you can't do, whatever you're doing to try to develop yourself further, you need to do the thing anyway. You can't let that be something that gets in the way of you doing what you want to do. But is there an opportunity for healing on his side? The Sun, there is an opportunity. It's whether or not he takes it, though, okay? We're running out of time. It's all about whether or not he decides to take the opportunity. So I think there needs to be very clear communication. Yes, take control of your life. So don't allow his influence to make you feel or think any kind of way. And that's really hard to do because, like, this is a person that you love. So we want to take their opinions and their advice as fact, and that's not always true. This situation, you don't need his belief in you to do what you want to do with your life. So don't let this situation drain you. Turn it into fire. Every time there's something negative said about your path or your journey, turn it into fire of inspiration, okay? You're going to reach heights, and you don't need that person to do it. It's his decision on whether or not he wants to come along for the ride. And it's your decision on how much you're going to allow other people to hold you back from this journey. Only you can decide when it's too much, if that makes sense. I really hope that that helped. Okay, I have an appointment in just a couple of minutes, so let's draw one or two collective cards here, just to give us a final energy read, and then I will be back later. Okay, so if you're not following me, ooh, things are changing. Okay, yeah, we're gonna have to talk more about this later. If you're not following me, go ahead and follow. I will try to get back on live later, either this afternoon or early evening, okay? Because I have an appointment coming up. So I'm gonna have to step off here in just a second. So if I didn't get to your question, just know I really wanted to, but we don't always have enough time to get through all the questions. So I do my best to, but if you are feeling like you really need something answered, you have like a particular question, something that's weighing on you a whole lot, I do have readings available through the link in my bio if you wanted a personal reading. I do them remotely. And then we'll talk more about doing video type reading appointments in the future. So I haven't figured out the logistics on that, but I do have readings available through the link in my bio. And if you're not following me, go ahead and follow. I will be back on live later, so make sure that you get that notification when I come back on live. But I've got to get going, get ready for my appointment. Thank you everybody so much for the questions. Thank you for the love. Thank you for joining me. I will see you all later today. Mwah.